Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar. Thank you very much for joining us today as we're going to speak about very interesting topic. We're going to talk about Flash and what if one day Flash is gone and how iSpring is ready for it. My name is Paulina, I'm a community manager and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. As a speaker we have with us Michael Cockref. Hi Michael, how are you doing?
Hello. Fine, thank you.
Michael is our systems engineer and he has over 8 years of experience in technical support, and right now he is writing very beautiful technical articles and you might see some of them on our official website. Michael will be taking care of the Q&A session at the end of the webinar, and of course he will be giving the session about Flash. And also we have today with us Olga Boyd. Hi Olga, thank you very much for joining.
Hello, Paulina. Thank you for having me.
Olga is our customer care manager and she helps iSpring clients to decide how iSpring can be a perfect fit for their needs. And today Olga will be taking care of any sales questions or questions connected with the license type. And also she will be revealing a special bonus for all the webinar attendees. So guys, make sure to stay with us till the end of this webinar. And at this point, I'm ready to pass the mic over to Michael. So Michael, you're more than welcome to begin.
Yeah, I need to start sharing my screen. Okay, I'm about to do that.
Okay, I
Uh,
can see it.
do you see my screen?
Yep.
Um, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, hello, my name is Michael, and today we're going to talk about the current state of Flash and its security issues. We'll see what happened to this technology during last 2 years and why people are refusing to use this technology as uh, despite the fact that it's been popular for more than 10 years, and what would the web become without it. Also, if you're an e-learning course developer or an instructional designer, you really need to be prepared for this kind of change. And I would say right away about the main topic that all iSpring users out there shouldn't be worried because we are completely ready for this change, and I'll talk about it in a bit. So we are having a poll question today. So we really want to know before we start how many of you use Flash. So Paulina, can you?
Sure. Um, just 1 second. All right, can you see the poll question?
Can I vote too?
If you want.
I don't care. It's very interesting. Yeah, because in one of the upcoming versions, we are going to include the option for our users to share their user experience results with our product developers, so they can see how many users have chosen which publishing options. So it'll give us very important information about how our users use our products and how we can even better improve them to fit everybody's needs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
according to this poll, I see that 73% of iSpring users are using Flash, which is very interesting, and yeah, people still like Flash, and as many people who have used like iSpring and other products that create Flash content on the web are really they really like this technology, and it's been popular for a really long time, since 2000s. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say goodbye to what you're
Yeah, it's
you
also
got used to.
interesting
Yeah.
that we have some comments in the comment section, and people say that, for example, in my company, we still use Flash because we are still changing some contents to HTML5, but it's still in progress. So some people are, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
transferring right now. Okay, it looks like almost everybody has voted, so I will close the poll right now.
Yeah, thank you very much for taking part in it. Yeah, and yeah, I would also want to share this piece of information with you because iSpring was one of the first Flash adopters in the 2004, I guess, yeah, or maybe 2005. So the first iSpring product was called Flash Spring 1.0, and I just got this screenshot on the internet from some website because we don't have it on our website anymore. And at some point when this product started to be more popular, we had to change the name to iSpring because Flash was a trademark and we couldn't use it. So
Ironic.
as you can see, yeah, yeah, the and I think it's for the better. iSpring sounds kind of better than Flash Spring. Uh, so yeah, we really love Flash in iSpring, and this technology helped our company to become popular with this first PowerPoint to Flash converter when it was one of the first out there.
And also, Michael,
So
before you move on, I just wanted to quickly mention that there is a comment from Jeff, and he says that many tools allow for publishing to both Flash and HTML5 at the same time.
yeah,
I
right.
believe iSpring provides that option too, and this is
Yeah, yeah, of course.
absolutely true.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit later, but first let's talk about this statement: no more Flash on the web. Okay. No more Flash on the web. And at this time, it's not 100% true because some people and some websites and services are still using Flash. But why are we saying that? Because last year, Adobe had a serious security problem in one of their Flash Player updates. And as you can see here, Alex Stamos, the Chief Security Officer at Facebook, clearly called for closing the Flash project. And despite Adobe's actions and bug fixes, they plan to release in the future. Facebook users were recommended not to use this vulnerable technology at any time. And it took Adobe about 2 months to fix this bug. And during this time, all kinds of cyber thieves could access your data due to these security holes of the Flash Player plugin that you have installed in your browser. But the main reason why we are holding this webinar is the latest update from Google that it's going to phase out full support for Flash by the end of this year. So this is the second statement. And a little bit later, Safari on Macs also disabled Flash plugin by default. So I presume that this might be the last year for Flash to be out there on the web. And let's go back to the Chrome. What does it mean? In December, when the Chrome 55 version, now it's about 53, but when Chrome 55 is out, it'll make HTML5 the default experience, except for sites that still don't have an HTML5 alternative for Flash. And you will need to enable the Flash plugin for these sites when you visit that, when you visit them, and it's like you turn off your ad block to see the commercial or to see the Flash banner. As a matter of fact, all Flash banners are already blocked by ad block and by browsers themselves. And we cannot say that Chrome is very popular browser, and yeah, it's the most popular browser according to statistics, and it's going to be the main reason for Flash to lose the battle pretty soon. And let's see what media says here. On May 16th, BBC Technology News claimed about the Google's intention to stop supporting Flash by the end of 2016. And it was even before the official statement that Google gave, which gives us an idea that these vibes about denying Flash by Google were already in the air. And here's the original text from Google blog. Here they're talking about HTML5 technology, meaning that this technology is already available, is powerful enough to substitute Flash. So before that, Flash HTML5 was kind of not ready. It didn't have all these nice features like 3D objects that were already in Flash, but now HTML5 is cool enough to be the main technology. And here, one of the security magazines also earlier this year made a strong assertion about Flash refusing to die. So I'm thinking maybe if they were to write it now, they wouldn't say that, because it was 3rd of February this year, and yeah, they're talking like a character in a zombie flick. Adobe Flash is a software platform, very popular, used everywhere on the web, but it refuses to die. So why don't people like Flash? First of all, everybody knows that there is no Flash support on iPads and other Apple mobile devices because Steve Jobs with Apple decided that it won't be the plugin they wanted to have on millions of their tablets and smartphones. And there was an official letter written by Steve Jobs in 2010 where he say these words about Flash. So Apple just doesn't want to depend on Adobe, on another company, and moreover expose users to security holes that Flash Player frequently has in their updates. The high and uncontrolled power consumption was another problem that was pointed out by Steve, and power problems are not any kind of problems for desktop computers because they are plugged in to they have literally unlimited electricity. However, for the tablet battery life, it'll be a big problem. So maybe a lot of you guys know that if you surf the web on your iPhone or iPad for quite a long time, your battery is being drawn very, very quickly. So here are some images of blocked Flash Player plugins in different browsers. On the left we have Mozilla Firefox, on the right we have Google Chrome. And how many of you have experienced the case when you open a web page and it asks you some kind of stupid question like here to enable your Flash Player, or you need to figure out how to do that, how to set this website as an exclusion to show you this this Flash activity. And sometimes where there are some issues with Adobe Flash Player, like they had last year, you would need to downgrade this Flash Player, and this is totally totally complicated process. I wrote about it a year ago in our blog, and it helped some of our users to downgrade the Flash and still use the previous version that didn't have these security issues. but downgrading is kind of awkward solution to any problem. Probably most of you guys know about that. But yes, and it is just all these steps and complex solutions are just to watch 1 minute Flash movie or play a Flash game, which is not appropriate by many users out there. So now I'm just talking from the end user perspective, and many people like Flash, but many people don't. Okay, and a little story here. A year ago, as somebody wrote on Reddit, the latest Adobe Flash Player update has made life really difficult, and it led to corrupting PPT files. So if anybody wanted to insert a Flash file into their presentation, after saving it, they wouldn't be able to open it. The PowerPoint just crashed, it gave an error message, and you were just stuck. Okay, where's my PowerPoint presentation? How can I open it? So it was a big issue, not only for iSpring clients, but for articulate users as well as any others. So as soon as our engineers found out about this issue and realized that it would take some time for Adobe to fix all these issues, we released a utility that would fix the corrupted presentations, and it helped many people to bring their PowerPoint presentations back. And only after 2 months, Adobe released a fixed version, and here's the you can see a picture of a discussion about it on Reddit. So you can read it in our blog, a little more information about this issue. But Flash is not as reliable as other technologies that people use, and I think that most companies just cannot rely on Flash like before. So that's kind of true. Let's talk about Flash technology a little bit. So what is Flash? And I bet this guy will last for longer than the one we are talking about, right? So Flash is a technology that was developed in the beginning of the 2000s by Macromedia company. And it is a rich media technology for the web that featured animations, interactions, and web browser games. It was designed to be used on mobile devices as well, but later on, Apple just changed their course for no mobile support at all. On desktop computers, it requires that you install a third-party plugin, and it's a proprietary plugin, and it means that just one company owns it, and nobody can know what it consists of. So nobody has control but Adobe. Before it was owned by Macromedia, but then Adobe bought it and renamed it to Adobe Flash in 2005. So let's talk about Flash technology and what it includes. Flash technology actually includes the development framework for creating SWF files, also called shockwave files or SWFs. And this framework is called Adobe Flash Professional CC. Before that it was Flash CS, but it's all connected. It's all related to Adobe Creative Suite and the entire line of their products on the web that they have. So Adobe Flash Professional is a multimedia authoring and animation program developed by Adobe, and it's primarily used to design vector graphics and animation. So you can publish them for websites, web applications. You can create rich media, internet applications, and video games. And the second part, the user's part of this technology, is the Flash Player plugin that has been installed onto a user's browser in order to play SFF file. So what is a Flash file? A shockwave file is a so-called binary code. It means that you need to compile this file using some third-party program like Adobe Flash Professional CC that I was just mentioning, or any other product that is able to generate SWF. So iSpring is one of them, actually, that turns your PowerPoint to Flash. The binary code SWF file means that you cannot open it and modify, for example, in a notepad, like you can do with a simple HTML web page. Also, this file can contain all resources and the logic in a one Flash file, especially this option, single Flash file publishing, was admired by many of our users because it was easy to share the file via email, and content, including all media resources, was secure. So this is one of the good points about Flash that we and a lot of our users feel kind of hard to say goodbye to. So here just a recap on why Flash is not popular anymore. The first reason was that Apple declined to support Flash Player on all iOS devices. Constant bugs and vulnerabilities to the Flash, and a lot of browsers are blocking this plugin as soon as they figure out any of these issues. It is a closed technology owned by one company, and also here comes HTML5, a new computing technology. It's not new already, but and it's still being developed. And the best part of HTML5 is that this technology is absolutely free, and the development of this technology is controlled by the special committee. Like HTML5 was developed not by one organization, but by the number of organizations that control the whole process. W3C, if I'm not mistaken. But Flash is still being used in somewhere on the web. For example, I think the most frequent use of Flash is all sorts of online games. For example, on Facebook, somebody of you might know Farmville and some other popular Facebook games. Also, some video hosting providers like YouTube still use a Flash player as a backup video player for those who use older browsers like Internet Explorer 8, which don't have support for HTML5. Also, some e-learning courses and interactions for desktops are made in Flash. However, the majority of e-learning authoring development tools like iSpring, Articulate, Activity, and Adobe have already ported their solutions from Flash to HTML5. Also, according to one article on Weird, Adobe during last year seemed to accept the word HTML5. So before that they were only like Flash, but now they have HTML5 word in their language. So HTML5 content is still a web page, meaning that you will open it in a web browser, and resources are stored as separate files, like all pictures, audio, video. Unlike in a Flash, as a file are stored separately. But the best part of it, that you do not need a plugin for playing back an HTML5 interaction. You just need your browser. And for developer, the best part is that you don't have to have a special software to code, just a notepad, maybe only for graphics. And some of these development platforms for HTML5 are already available, already made by Adobe. So I also will talk about it a little bit later. So here's a little chart about the difference between these technologies. As you can see, no need for a browser plugin is a really great thing about HTML5. It doesn't require a plugin. It is an open technology, and maybe the only downside of the HTML5 is that it's not possible to publish your web page into a single file like it used to be in Flash. Also, developers really liked the development environment that Flash provided, this Adobe Flash Professional CC that I was mentioned before. It's easy to build SWF files and debug them. And before iPads, Flash Player on desktop computers guaranteed identical appearance and behavior on all computers and browsers. Maybe some of developers still remember these old times where they had to make a web page or web service appearing the same in all browsers, and all browsers would eventually show it in quite a bit different way. Especially developers hate Internet Explorer because they had to create like special versions of websites that would show up normally in Internet Explorer. And thanks to Flash, they could create one version of a Flash website that would be shown on any web browser at the very same way as on any other on any other browser. So let's talk about iSpring and Flash and how we can live without it. So if there is no more Flash, is iSpring ready? That's absolutely true. iSpring was the first company on the e-learning market to develop the PowerPoint to HTML5 conversion technology, and we released the first product that had this technology implemented in 2012. Now the entire iSpring desktop product line allows publishing to HTML5. However, Flash is still an option for those guys who still use Flash, and according to our poll today, we have a lot of users who still use Flash. But it is critical for those poor guys who still have to use Internet Explorer 8 and maybe earlier on their work because of security in their organizations. So what about Flash in iSpring interfaces? I would say it right away. It's not related to the published content at all, and it's not related to all the users who will see the presentations or courses published with iSpring. This is just for those who develop products, who develop courses on their computers with use of iSpring. For example, iSpring QuizMaker is fully built on Flash. I mean, the interface of QuizMaker, all windows of QuizMaker, and also some elements of other desktop products utilize Flash technology. So what does it mean? If you have a high-res display, for example, those that Mac provide, and you applied this standard Windows scaling option, so all icons and texts will be magnified in your operating system, but except for Flash interfaces, because Windows doesn't know that it is a Flash window, and it doesn't have an access to all the texts made on Flash. So you can see that here Flash elements are really small, and normal Windows elements like on this ribbon are quite large. This is a very high resolution display and very high level of magnification of your windows. I think it's about 200% or 150, but it's quite easy to fix it right now. All you need to do is just to switch this larger size of all items to small in your display properties. So all texts, windows, and Flash texts will appear at the same size. And if you have a really high resolution display, you can downscale the resolution as a temporary option. It will make phone's appearance blurred, as you might experience if you downscale this option here, but this will resolve this. It will resolve this issue with QuizMaker on high resolution display. For those who have this high resolution display, don't worry. In 2017, all iSpring interfaces will be ported to HTML5. So no more Flash in iSpring interfaces, and no more problems with high resolution displays will be on in the next version of iSpring. So when Flash will completely die, you ask. So I assume that when nobody uses Internet Explorer 8 anymore, but according to some article on the web this year, January 13, let me open up here. Yeah, like Internet Explorer 10 is used by 0.87% global usage. Internet Explorer 9 is used by 0 and 91%, and Internet Explorer 8 is still used by 1.18% global usage. Surprisingly, that credits IE 8 even more than two subsequent versions. But I think that this Internet Explorer 8 use will go down in several years, maybe in the next year. The second point here is a convenient development environment for developers who create HTML5 games and presentations and all sorts of other content. And Adobe already released the product called Animate CC that tends to substitute Flash. So if we visit the Adobe website, it says that Adobe Flash Professional is now Animate CC, and it supports all sorts of tools necessary for HTML5 development. For example, you can create graphics or animation and export it for later use on your HTML5 web pages. Also, more and more browsers are now blocking Flash Player by default, and it's going to happen very soon with Google Chrome when it blocks Flash Player by default. And still, Windows, starting from the version 8, including version 10, is still includes Flash Player as the system updates. So when you update your Windows, apparently you're getting your Flash Player update as well. And maybe in some of the upcoming Windows versions, they won't include Flash Player because its vulnerabilities also expose Windows to risks by cyber thieves that can use these security issues in Flash to access your data on Windows. So yeah, when I was researching this topic a year ago, I came across this predictive picture, with which I personally agree. So what's common with Flash and Internet Explorer is that they always stick together, as shown here at commitstrip.com. They publish some amazing amazing stories related to IT. So that's about it, and I would also say that tomorrow I will be publishing my article, Flash is Dead on Arrival. So you're welcome to read it in our blog to learn more and recap what has been just said today. So you're welcome to comment, ask, and even more welcome to share it in your social networks because it's a hot topic these days. Maybe you'll have as many comments as there on Reddit regarding Flash. So, Polina?
All right. Thank you very much, Michael, for covering this topic for our audience. And yes, guys, we would love to hear from you. If you can share what you think about it in the comment section, it would be amazing. Also, if you have any questions, this is the high time to ask them. And at this point, I think I'm ready to pass over the mic to Olga. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Oh, I can't, sorry.
You can't?
No, I can't. Sorry.
I still see my screen.
All right, 1 second. All right, can you see it now?
Yes, now I can see the screen.
All right, 1 second. Okay, Olga, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm happy to announce that especially for webinar attendees, we offer 31% discount for the purchase of a new license of iSpring Suite. So that brings the price down to $479. So you can save $218 till the end of October. So this special offer is valid till October 31st. Don't miss this amazing opportunity. And guys, shoot us a message in the chat box so that we can contact you right after the webinar. So for this purpose, just submit your email address and we will be happy to assist you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Olga.
You're
And right
welcome.
now, let's move on to the Q&A session. And we do have some questions for you, Michael. The first one is from Marlon. When this soon about all browsers block Flash is next year? And I think this is referring to your slide about when Flash is going to die.
Yeah, because Safari, if you have if you used web using Safari browser on your Mac or on iPad, well, yeah, it's not on iPads. But Safari on Macs is already blocking all Flash activities, as well as any other plugins, because aside from Flash, we have Microsoft Silverlight plugin, and I heard that Netflix used Silverlight um, as a plugin for their video players. But I think that Netflix also provides HTML5 player, because every video hosting service is turning on HTML5 by default. But yeah, as I mentioned before, all these popular video providers support Flash video player as the backup option if users don't have the modern browser. So yeah, answering to your question, I think next year maybe all browsers will be blocking Flash by default. It doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot open any of the Flash activities out there, but you will need to turn it on manually in your browser to see Flash.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Michael. And for all the attendees, let me try to summarize, and if I'm wrong, please correct me. So, in terms of content publishing, it is still possible to publish to Flash. However, all
Yeah,
our
that's right.
products provide the possibility to publish to HTML5. And in terms of products, meaning desktop tools, for example, iSpring QuizMaker is completely built on Flash. And
Mhm.
some parts of the other desktop products also have Flash elements. However, in 2017, it will all be replaced with HTML5.
Mhm.
Is that
Yeah, that's
correct?
right. Uh, yeah, that's totally correct. Polina, could you please also give me the option to share my screen?
Sure, absolutely. Just one second. Here we go.
Mhm. Okay, do you see my screen now,
Yep.
Paulina?
Yes.
Yep. All right, so here we have the PowerPoint presentation, and I would just guide you through our publishing settings. When we uh, go publish in any of iSpring products, we have under output options three major options. The combined one will publish your PowerPoint course into a package that will feature both HTML5 as the primary option and Flash as a secondary option. So if your browser doesn't support HTML5, you will see the same version of the Flash presentation. And I would say that iSpring publishes almost identically into both of these formats, into HTML5 and into Flash, preserving all PowerPoint animations and activities. Yeah, speaking of which, the first iSpring converter didn't have support for 3D animation effects that we have in PowerPoint. Um, there's somewhere here. Yeah, there are a few some yeah like this animation effect includes 3D processing and or even these like these fancy effects require 3D engine, and before HTML5 technology wasn't able to offer that, but the technology developed since 2012, and now we can implemented in the HTML5 presentations as well. Uh, and going back to the publish settings, yeah, they're both have similar appearance. I would recommend everybody to use mobile output because it'll shorten your publication time. Because for the combined mode, your computer will do twice as much work as for one of these. So mobile will convert it for HTML5, and don't afraid of this word mobile. It will play on desktops as well, on like 99% of desktops, not considering 1% of Internet Explorer 8 users only. This option desktop will publish everything to a single Flash file, and this checkbox will bring all the resources into this file as well. And if I click publish, we will have it published in the output folder. And let me bring it up here. I already published both of the into the both of these options. The first one was published into Flash, and if I open it, I can see the index.html file. If I double click on that, my web browser will show me this movie.swf, but this movie.swf is already self-sufficient presentation or a course that you can send by an email or write it on your pen drive and take it wherever you go. The data folder has some resources, but don't worry if you checked this checkbox all in one Flash file, you'll be fine with this movie.swf. If we look at the HTML5 published presentation, this has the same index.html file that will open the presentation by default in our web browser, and all the resources are stored in the data folder. So here we have all the images and all the JavaScript files for every slide, and the player JavaScript file that brings everything as the one presentation. So you don't need to open this data folder, it's all done automatically. You just need to double click on that to see this PowerPoint presentation in your web browser. Also, the difference between Flash and HTML5 here is the complexity of sharing it on the web. In order to share the HTML5 presentation with somebody over email, you need to pack it to a zip file, like to a zip package, and then you can send it via email. And but you will need to instruct your recipient to unpack it on their side to see the presentation. So when it's unpacked, they can go into this folder and double-click index to see the presentation. But to be honest with you guys, HTML5 is best to be placed on the web, and we have everything for you to solve this this problem in seconds. The service we offer is called iSpring Cloud, so you don't even need to publish it onto your local drive before you bring it on the web. You can just have an account on iSpring Cloud and publish it right there. So when you hit publish, it'll process your presentation and will give you the link to share right away.
Thank you very much, Michael. I think we also have another very interesting question from Chris. The presentation said
Okay.
that in 2017, iSpring interface technology will be ported to HTML5. When this happens, do you believe that users will be able to develop content with iSpring if they have a Mac?
Well, for all Mac users, there are two options now. Mac users can use PowerPoint for Mac and upload their PPT files to our iSpring Cloud. So they design their presentations on Mac and then just bring them to iSpring, just upload them to iSpring Cloud, and they will be processed on the website on iSpring Cloud, and you'll be given with a shared link. But it's you cannot develop quizzes on your Mac computer because Quizmaker is not yet being ported to Mac computer. So this interface question is only related to the technology used for showing all kinds of publishing windows, all these Presentation Explorer, etc., etc. So yeah, unfortunately for Mac users, I think it'll be about 10th version of iSpring, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I better not talk about it because it's still under development,
Mm-hmm.
and the next version will be also only for PC,
Mm-hmm.
but all users with high-resolution displays won't face any issues with small text anymore because everything will be done without Flash.
All right, thank you very much, Michael. And then we also have questions that are connected with the content development. So, a question from Ed. Will current quizzes created in iSpring Quizmaker have to be recreated in the HTML5 version in 2017?
Oh no, that's not a problem at all, because no, you will not need to do that. Uh, what what quiz is let me open it here. Well, yeah, if I open a quiz, the only difference is the way. I mean, it's not even for the end user to notice the technology used for showing all these panels. You can see that where I'm clicking here, it's all done on Flash now. But the next version will feature the same thing without Flash, so it will have better compatibility with Windows scaling options and nothing more. The file format for quizzes will remain the same. If I save my quiz, like clicking here, export quiz, I will still use the .quiz extension, and all of our products have the backward compatibility, which means that quizzes created with earlier versions uh, can be opened with the newer versions. So don't worry about that. You will not need to recreate your quizzes. And as for publishing, you have the quiz project here. You can publish it to any format right now. If you're I mean, if your website needs to have it in HTML5, you can publish to HTML5. If you were told to publish the quiz to a Flash format, you can use this option, and for better compatibility, use this option, but it'll take twice as much time.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Michael. And we also have a question from Rosaria. I've already started converting in HTML5 a long ago, as it was quite known that Flash was becoming obsolete. I had a few problems with iSpring Suite 8 though, because when converting in HTML5, my PowerPoint file triggers were not converted. And then Rosaria is
Yeah.
asking if we have solved
Uh, uh,
this issue.
I'm so glad that you asked. Yeah, it's nice to know that somebody uses HTML5 only as I'm using now, because it's really faster. It's compatible with any modern browser. I never use Internet Explorer 8 in my life anymore, so I just don't care about Flash. So, but yeah, for triggers, this is one of the differentiators between Flash publishing and HTML5 publishing. Unfortunately, previous versions of iSpring Suite and other products, for example, iSpring Converter, they didn't store the state of the animation when you go back. Let me show you the presentation I've created here. Um, so I created a game that had all these triggers, and right here on this slide, um, this is a Jeopardy game, and if I click on some object here, when I'm back, this is a trigger animation that made this rectangle appear. But if I convert it to an HTML5, I will see the initial state of this slide without this overlapping rectangle. But the good news are the very next version of iSpring, the minor update, will have this fixed. So just update your iSpring version in 1 or 2 weeks, and you'll have all the trigger animations as well as any other animations remained in their current state.
Thank you, Michael.
Does it answer your question?
I hope it does. Please let us know. And the
Yeah.
question from Axel. What is your information about Internet Explorer, MS Edge, or Firefox? Will they stop their support in the coming months as well? Or is there a chance that those browsers will support Flash for a little more? I'm asking as I do have plenty of heavy Flash animations, which I cannot just
Mhm,
adapt
mhm.
to HTML5 in such short time.
Yeah, that's a good question because a lot of content is still in Flash, and if you used some third-party tool, or if you used Flash Professional to create these animations and interactions, it can be a problem to port them to HTML5. You need just to recreate them in HTML5. The answer to this question will be this picture. I think that Flash will stick together with Internet Explorer a little longer than with other browsers. Uh, I'm not sure about Firefox. You can see that in 2015 it bit Flash a little bit. So now it's okay with Mozilla Firefox. It doesn't block it, but I think that along with Safari and Chrome, Firefox will support this movement, uh, this this
Change.
movement against Flash pretty soon, and the only browser that has Flash support by default is Internet Explorer, because Flash plugin is included by default into Windows operating system, and as well as Internet Explorer. So it's not a question about Internet Explorer, to be honest. It's more about Windows. So when Windows decided to stop including Flash in their system updates, it will come to end, unfortunately.
It will be
Unfortunately
pretty
for
much
those who
gone.
still yeah, for those who still have Flash interactions only, but not HTML5.
Yeah.
So yeah, may I ask you back what tools did you use to create these interactions?
Mm-hmm. Um, I guess this was a question from Axel, as far as I remember. So if you could write us back. Yeah, Adobe Flash.
Mhm. Oh, Adobe Flash. Okay, that's cool. I also created some Adobe Flash tiny games like many years ago, but I don't use them in my courses, in my presentations anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because Adobe has released this product called Animate CC, I think that you will be able to easily easily publish your Flash Flash animations using Adobe Animate. Uh, I'm not sure about it. To be honest, I haven't used Adobe Animate yet, but I know that it also uses ActionScript that is used for Adobe Flash. So I think that it is a question of Adobe support. So I think that, yeah, you should try out Adobe Animate and see if you can publish your animations or interactions that you have created in Flash into an HTML5 friendly format.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be an SVG animation.
Mm-hmm.
So Animate, I think, is the answer to all similar questions.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Michael. And we have a question from Rosemary. I noted that when embedding a video to a presentation, the only option is Flash Movie on the iSpring ribbon. And Rosemary really wants to know how to embed a movie. I guess how to embed a video into
Mhm.
PowerPoint.
How to embed a Flash movie into your PowerPoint?
Rosemary, are you talking about Flash Movie?
Like clicking here and embedding as a .f file, right? Like like this one. So here I embedded an SWF file that I've just published with iSpring. Yeah, it's actually not recommended to include iSpring created SWF files back into your PowerPoint presentation, then published again to Flash because it can cause some issues. But yeah, if you have any other SWF file created with any other third-party tool, you can use whether this option, Flash Movie, is good for both formats SWF, that is a shockwave file, or an FLV, which is a just video file that doesn't have any logic. It's just like MP4 video. Um, and using these Flash Movie object, you can embed these files. If it doesn't work, it's not a problem at all too, because you can use Web Object Insert, and if you use Web Object Insertion, you can insert a local web object, which also can be Flash, like here. So I can insert index file and include all files and subfolders. Okay, I would not block this. So I think that, yeah, it has been embedded as the web object.
Mm-hmm.
So the very same as the web file can be embedded at least by these two options. Also, you can do that in PowerPoint, but for that it's a little longer process. It is covered, I think, by Brian in our video tutorials on our website, that you can customize your toolbar, turn on your uh, developer tab, okay, this tab, and then you go somewhere here and include Shockwave Flash. This. So this is a built-in option into PowerPoint. It's kind of awkward, but you don't need any plugin for that, neither iSpring or nor Articulate or any other. So you just draw a rectangle, and you can enter a path to this Flash movie. Yeah, this is not as easy as using just one button on the iSpring ribbon, but you can do that with the PowerPoint as well. So here are three different options to embed a Flash movie. But keep in mind when you publish it using iSpring, if you publish it to an HTML5, your embedded Flash movies will still remain as WF files. They will not be converted to any sort of HTML5 activities, and they won't be able to be played on iPads and other Apple devices and other mobile devices that don't have Flash support. So Flash will remain Flash no matter what option you choose here. You've chosen here. So yeah,
And Michael,
this option doesn't convert everything to Flash.
will it be possible to embed MP4 videos into presentations since they are compatible with HTML5?
Yeah, you can. It's very easy to embed a video here. You just need to go insert and go video and insert any video.
So what video
This
formats
one.
does it support?
You can embed any video format that is supported by PowerPoint. For example, here I have AVI formats, WMV, MOV, and MP4, of course. So you can embed any of these formats, like this video.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of funny. So this was created in Microsoft Paint.
Is this a short version for Titanic movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
the guy just recorded the on-screen activity. By the way, you can create it with use of iSpring screen recorder. Because iSpring screen recorder can record any program on your computer,
Mm-hmm.
including Paint. So this might have been created with the use of iSpring screen recording tool
Okay.
here.
And here we also had a couple of questions about new version for Quizmaker coming out. Do you have any understanding about the date or time of the year?
Well, I cannot tell you the exact date,
Mm-hmm.
but the minor version will be released really soon, and it'll address some issues with trigger animation steps,
Mm-hmm.
and the next major version, which is version 9, will be released only next year. So um, uh, at the end of this year and the first half of the next year, we will make minor releases like 8.5, 8.6 maybe, uh, and the new version will be released only in the second half of the next year.
Okay.
So yeah, depending on what functionality you need, just you can always email our support and
Mm-hmm.
ask for a feature you want to have or you're waiting, and you'll be told about when it's going to be released and in which version.
Yeah, or at least an approximate
Yeah,
time frame.
it's always an approximate estimation. Never trust what people say about release dates. All IT companies are tend to fix their bugs a little longer to to create a more solid product that will work without any issues. And iSpring is one of these companies that would rather release something a week later than have a lot of bugs in new releases.
Yeah,
Like,
true.
I wouldn't say that. Like in Adobe Flash.
Don't. All right. Thank you very much, Michael. We're a little over time, and at this
Okay.
point, we should wrap up. And guys, don't worry if we didn't cover your question. We will get back to you after the webinar. And thank you very much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We hope that the webinar was helpful to you. And again, to sum up in a way, you are already able to publish your content to HTML5 so that it's going to be viewed on all modern browsers and mobile devices. And then due to the fact that some products, for example, iSpring Quiz Maker, is built on Flash, they will transfer to HTML5 in 2017. So you won't notice that right now. Okay, so thank you very much, Michael.
Okay.
Thank you very much for researching and covering that topic today for us, and thank you very much, Olga, for joining and covering some of the questions coming from the audience. I really
You're
appreciate it,
welcome.
and stay in touch with us, and we will have another webinar sessions in November. So I guess I'll see you next week. All right, have a good day, everyone, and let us know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.
Bye
Okay,
bye.
bye everybody.